we have to talk about bases, because this is something that is a regular thing that I see in my comment section and on forums, on Reddit, on other people's comment section, and in general when discussing Fire Emblem, but especially Fire Emblem Engage units. And some units are overhyped for their bases, and other units are kind of overlooked for whatever reason. But one example of a unit that is commonly overhyped, I think, is Citrine. People claim that her starting magic is just so high that it's like she's cracked as a result. But honestly, I don't think that's the case. I've tried using her in multiple runs, and every time she just feels underwhelming. Now, this isn't a video about Citrine. There's also other units who aren't as good as people claim. Like, I feel like Kagetsu isn't as good as people claim he is. In general, I think he's just like an okay unit. Honestly, I think Marin and Kagetsu are like A tiers. People just kind of put them in S for some reason, but they need like good passives, they need engravings, they need all the things every other unit needs to be a physical carry. But let's look at Citrine's stats. So this is a Citrine that's been invested in. She's a Mage Knight level 3 on chapter 11. So clearly I'm putting in effort and time. I haven't gotten her passives because I'm gonna have her run tomes. So she's gonna get her passives later. I was actually gonna try a specific team that I'm not gonna spoil yet, but she is at, let's see, let's go to her speed. So she is at 14 speed on an advanced class and 16 magic, 6 build, and 28 health. All right, now let's compare her to base Ivy. This is commonly a thing that I've brought up. Ivy is just basically better than Citrine. So this is an unpromoted Ivy, so she gets stats when you advance or master seal her. So she would be higher than Citrine's speed. She's at 13, and her base magic is 17 on Lindworm, and also 32 health. And this is before she becomes a better class too. 7 build. So already she's better than Citrine for zero investment. Now this is an example of a unit that actually has really good bases that for some reason, a lot of people think that she's S tier, I agree, but some people think she's bad for some reason. And then there's also weird people who claim that because she's hot that I put her in S tier, which is very stupid. I'm not gonna put someone in S tier just because they look good. But anyways, this Citrine has a hard time competing, right? She has less speed, she has less build, she even has less magic. Now, once Ivy advances, she's just going to be a statistically superior unit. And this is an example of a unit that is commonly praised for her base magic. And I just wanted to make this video to discuss bases in general and how some units are definitely overhyped. Now, Kagetsu is very similar. His bases are good and he can be made into a physical carry, but he isn't much better, if at all, better than other units that can be physical carries. So like arguably I would say Panette is a better physical carry than Kagetsu because she requires less work to get online and it's easier for her to one-shot things. Whereas with Kagetsu, he needs like some kind of good passive, he needs like a forge. Like everyone needs a forge with an engraving, but I found that mid to late game he was not one-rounding, and the builds he one-rounds on are typically like axe power builds, but it's leveraging axe power, and once you're running sword lance axe power, pretty much most units that are fast can one-round. So it's not even like when the well, like now that the well's in the game, he's not even that competitive. But I feel like he's overhyped. I feel like Citrine is overhyped. Amber is a little underhyped. He actually has really high strength and can kind of work. He's kind of underhyped based on my own perception of what's going on. I do think Yunaka is actually a lot better than people realize. So this is Yunaka that I had use Staff Bot this entire run. And she actually can switch to magic when she hits level 21, or you can second seal her at like level 10 and level her up and then do it that way. She's actually popping off to some degree in this run. She's already almost level 17. Once she hits level 21, I can put her on Mage Knight and then she'll be cracked. But yeah, I think that, you know, certain units are definitely overhyped. And I would prefer if people like were as objective as possible when analyzing units. So like here's Kagetsu, right? So he can kill, all right, that is 24 health. I think anyone can kill that. Let's see. All right, he can't. Let's check out what he can do. He is right here after all. All right, so here's Kagetsu. All right, that's a chain guard. So he would do 30 damage otherwise. That's not bad. You kill this. It's decent. All right, so here he is. Sorry, 17 strength. Now, he does have good bases. I'm not saying his bases are bad, but I feel like for mid and end game, when things pick up, they're not as good as they seem. This is a weird build I'm testing out for fun. This Brave Sword build. You can ignore that. But I do think he is a little bit overhyped, to be honest. And Citrine definitely is overhyped. I've had a lot of people tell me Citrine is really good. Of the two of them, I think he's at worst slightly overhyped, and she is very overhyped. She has like terrible durability, and she has low speed. And compared to even like a Mage Knight Anna, which is a build that I've run commonly, I feel like Anna is the better Mage Knight, and her magic is not that high by comparison. It's like at best a few points higher early on. So yeah, that's it for this video. I just want to talk about overhyped units and bases and why bases aren't everything. In these modern Fire Emblem games, there's so many mechanics and so many tools and so many things to change the outcome of, you know, a unit, that bases and growths are still important to some degree. Like, as you can see in the case of Ivy, who can just, like, she already has 12 defense and 16 res. She has higher defense than this Diamant, this Alchrist, this Fram, this unit. She has higher defense than Chloe. She has higher defense than Citrine. She almost has higher defense than a hero Alir. And she almost has higher defense than Kigetsu, which I think she would have if she was on her master class. So she's surprisingly fast and tanky. And that's something you can't ignore. Like, she's actually pretty cracked. I mean, you can't ignore it, but, you know, she's pretty crazy. She's pretty good. So yeah, definitely like and subscribe if you enjoy these types of videos. I stream Monday through Friday. I'm currently doing Chat Sabotage Run, where people can super chat crazy conditions, and then before, like, if you don't want to super chat, each battle, people suggest unit rules, and then I can follow, or I have to follow those unit rules for the rest of the match. So that's something you can do for free. There's also channel membership, which gets you access to a secret thing on the Discord, weekly fun chill streams where we do like a little event and stuff like that, like Smash Bros thing, you know, on voice chat. People can hop on voice chat, and it's for members only. And also I'm working on an indie game. It's a strategy RPG. I'll be posting more about that soon. But yeah, thanks for checking this out. I'll see you in the next one.